Hey guys, hope you all are doing good. Let's talk about automatic cars today. We'll be talking about some of the differences between automatic and a manual car, and mostly about how to drive an automatic car. So for those of you who already know how to drive an automatic car, this might be a silly video, but to be honest, when I was switching from a manual to automatic car, I did it by watching a video. I just watched a video and learned how to drive an automatic car, and that helped me a lot. So I thought, why not make one for myself as well? So even if you know how to drive an automatic, I'm sure this video is going to give you some of the information which you might like. There was a time when automatic cars were slow shifters, bad fuel economy, high maintenance. So slow shifters and fuel economy has been taken care of, and these days the automatic cars, if not ahead of manual, they are at par with the manual cars. But high maintenance, the automatic car has more moving parts, so obviously the maintenance will be high compared to a manual, because manual is a very easy concept. It is all mechanical. Next comes is which one is more fun to drive. Okay, yeah, so the next one comes is which one is more fun to drive. So this is a very personal opinion, so I cannot impose anything. But if you ask myself, like, everybody differs. Some say automatic is more fun to drive, some say manual is the best. There is no driving if you are not driving a manual. So there are hardcore fans of both. So in my opinion, if you are driving in traffic, in city traffic like Delhi or somewhere else, you will say automatic transmission is the best thing that happened to us since sliced bread, because you don't have to worry about shifting gears, you don't have to keep on holding the clutch, you have to focus a lot on the clutch, sometimes even the feet start hurting. So that's why when driving in traffic, in my opinion, automatic is the best. Manual cannot beat automatic. But when you are going on road trips, and if you are a car freak and you like revving your car, all those things, you like off-roading and stuff, at that point of time, I think manuals still has the edge. So different situation, different kind of car. So for me, both are good. In countries like Malaysia, where I am right now, or US, or some other countries in Europe, most of the cars are automatic, so everybody knows how to drive them. But in India, still we have like more than 80% of cars are still manual, and everybody who learns to drive, they learn to drive in a manual car. But things are changing now. Earlier the case was that only the premium high-end cars used to come with an automatic transmission, but these days even the common cars that we use for our daily drives have an automatic transmission. So at this point it is quite important to know how to drive an automatic car, because you never know when you might bump into an automatic one, and then you'll be searching on the internet. So better to know it beforehand. Let's go, let me show you how to drive an automatic car. First thing is how to start an automatic car. So there goes the key, brings it to life, turn it on. So the first difference that you will see when you switch from a manual to automatic is that a manual has 3 pedals. Okay, this one also has 3 but these are not the same, so don't confuse them. Usually the automatic cars have only 2 pedals. One is the gas, other one is the brake. So obviously you can see that it is missing the third pedal, which is a clutch. So this right here, let me explain. This is not a clutch, this is a handbrake. But then the irony is that we are using our foot. So yeah, so I cannot call it a handbrake. This is an emergency brake. So to remove this, what you do is you pull this lever, and there you go. And again, to engage the brakes, just press it and the brakes are on. So this has nothing to do with driving, so let's keep that aside. Mostly the handbrake is available near the gear stick. So the next major difference that you will see is the gear stick. Unlike our manual gear stick where you have the X-shaped gear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, this automatic cars have only these many gears, like these are more than the manual ones, but yeah, these are quite obvious. But if you don't understand, so P means park, R means reverse, N means neutral, D means drive. And this button right here is used to switch between sports and manual and economic. So higher end cars come with this option where you can switch between sports, economy and manual, so you can drive it as an automatic as well and as a manual as well. I'll explain one by one. P is for parking. So whenever your car is in a full stop, you just engage this gear so it doesn't move. The next one is reverse, and you cannot move it unless you start the car, which only makes sense. Oh yeah, put on the seatbelts. Sorry, Shaktiman. Okay. To turn it on, you need to make sure that you are pressing the brake, and this is in park. These two things you need to make sure, and then just as we do in the manual, just turn the key and the car comes to life. The first one is reverse. This is like quite self-explanatory, and then is the neutral that we have in manual as well. So till now there is no difference. You cannot see any difference between the manual and automatic. But then the next one is drive. Right here is all the difference. You do not need to engage the first gear, second gear, this and that. So you just simply put it into drive, and at the same time keep pressing the brakes. So there is no clutch, so this leg is free. So this is the most difficult part. What happens is everybody, the people who drive manuals are used to, as soon as you press the brakes, we have a habit of moving this leg as well to the clutch, and this is pretty dangerous right here because let me first put it in park. Yeah, so this is in park now. So what happens is, if you are used to driving a manual, as soon as you switch to automatic, whenever you try you try speeding up or speeding down, you are thinking of braking, and then automatically by muscle memory this left foot goes over to press the clutch. It doesn't find the clutch, but since the brake pad is too wide, we just simply hit the brake pad, and the left leg is obviously, it's a weaker, left side of our body is a bit weaker, so we just slam on the brake instead of pressing it slowly like we do with our right foot. So when we press the brake with our left foot, we just slam on it, and hence the car comes to immediate stop, which is really dangerous. Someone can just rear end you. So this is the major thing that you needs to take care of when you are switching from manual to automatic. So no clutch. So there are two solutions to this. Either keep your leg just behind, like keep it at the back and be conscious about it, or just keep it in the front fully so that you don't unintentionally press anything. These are the two. Other than that, you can just tie your shoelaces in the seat so then you involuntarily don't move your leg and just press that. Okay, so yeah, how to drive it forward? To move forward, just move the gears into drive position, and from this position, as soon as you start releasing the brake a bit, the car starts moving. Okay, so you don't have to press the gas as of now. As soon as you release the brakes, the car will start moving. If you see, we are already moving a bit, and there's a car in front, so I'll not move much. Just reverse a bit, put it in reverse, and release the brake. We go backwards. Okay, so this is how the thing is, as soon as you release the brakes, it will just start moving. The car will just start moving, so you don't have to worry about the gas. This is very convenient in traffic because it's compared to a manual. You don't have to switch gears every time. You don't have to keep pressing on the clutch and release it to move forward. You just move like this. Next, also I would like to mention one thing, like every automatic car has a different system. So this one has, like, in order to switch gears, you have to move it a bit to right and then forward and then left. So it shows how you need to move it. But in other cars, you might have a button here somewhere. Sometimes it's on the right, sometimes it's on the front. So you need to press that button before switching a gear. So that's like a safety measure that they have. So you need to press that button and then switch the gears. So that's how you switch gears in some of the automatic cars. So these are the only two directions I hope you'll drive your car in, and because sideways is not there yet, I hope the technology comes soon. Okay, so now we talked about moving forward and in reverse. So next thing is how to drive in manual. So to drive in manual, the concept is again the similar. So you are in drive and you press this button 2 times, because by default when you start the car it will be economy. So you see right there, it shows in the dashboard. It shows in the dashboard that it is in economy right now. So this E means economy. You press this button 2 times, sports and manual. Let me show you on the dashboard. This is economy. Press once, sports, press another one, so it is manual. So it has 7 gears to drive in manual. So there are 2 ways to drive this thing in manual. One is use the gear stick itself. When you shift this to the left, it reduces the gear. I mean, it gears down, and when you move it to the right, it gears up. So this is how the manual works. Right now, if you move it to the left or to right, it doesn't change the gear. It still stays in the first gear, because it is, even though this feels mechanical, but this is not mechanical. This is just a switch which passes through a computer, and then the computer senses that the car is right now stationary, it is not moving. So that's why it doesn't change the gear from one to anything else. This is one way to switch the gears. The other way would be these shifters with the steering. This one on the left, it says minus, and this one on the right, it says plus. So this is how you can shift gears while driving. And again, it will not shift right now because we are not moving. When you'll be moving, it will automatically sense that, and at that point of time you can switch your gears using this. And finally, to turn your car off from drive, you need to put it in park. Why this is important? Because you cannot just simply turn off your car if it is not in park. The key will be locked and you will not be able to take it out. Let me show you. I put it in reverse and I turn off the key. The car is now off, but if I pull out the key, it doesn't come out. So I need to put it in park. Okay, now I can take out the key easily. Right there, the key is out. And the final step, I put the emergency brake. I am ready to go out.
If you like this video, please consider subscribing.
This guy's not slowing down. Yeah, that's confirmed. He's not stopping. Code 3.
Here we go! Ah!